right, let's move on to installation number 8, page 8. We should be here as you're looking around. So if I go to my course and I go to installation, we should be on this section here, all right? So we're going to be on number 2, as I said. So now when I go back over here, what I want you to look at is internal exhaust. In other words, I can't get to the outside air. Now this is showing the unit exhaust here. What happens is we put it right in series. So the pump is there. So what happens is that with the pump, you have the ability to go to the outside air with a internal, just like a filter box, which you'll see on the Boss website. You will not be able to get the outside air. Sometimes they'll take that and exhaust it to the outside air because they want to filter it, but normally there's no way to get to it. So the trick to those units are when you turn them on, you're going to have to get a code from their factory, and on is off and off is on right now. So if you have it on and it doesn't come off, flip it to the other way and it'll come on. Now, when you're doing this on the unit, and let me switch over there to the right page, then the big thing is that you buy some extra filters when you do it, because you're going to change them every 3 to 6 months. Some people have to change their filters once a month. I even have people that are so busy they're changing them once a week. This is why if we can get to the outside air, we want to, because then we don't have that internal cost. Now, the second part of this is we need to check our wiring. So for many of you, the wiring is either on a very big machine like a 5598, the wiring or the board stack is below you where your pennant is. Just open up that door, you'll see it there. For the rest of you, it's in the back. So you go to the back, you open it up, and you'll see the board stack. What you're going to do is check to make sure, take a number 1 screwdriver, a number 0 screwdriver, whichever one you have, and check the connections to the board. Push on all the connectors, make sure they push in. Don't have to pull them out, just push them in. And if you look at the board itself, you'll see that every plug has been marked, and if you look at the wires, every wire has been tinted and shielded, so I can't slide it into the connector too far, punch down the insulation, and give me an intermittent signal, driving us both crazy. And the other thing is each heat sink on there is labeled, so if it pulls out a pin number 33, put it back at pin number 33. Some of them are marked with noun names as well. You'll see the noun name on the board. So the electronics is really easy. This is to the pendant. If you ever damage your pendant accidentally, you can replace the pendant fairly inexpensively, and they're very easy to change. Everything on this machine is plug and play. Now you're going to go back, and on the side of the machine, you're going to see the power supply for the tube on the right-hand side of the machine. On the big machines, it's actually up in the bridge itself on the class 4s. And then you're going to check to make sure that the red wiring from there to the end of the tube is solid, and you got your red cap and your heat shield, the electric over the top of it. If you don't see anything drastic, don't take it apart to check it, just do it. Then you're going to inspect all your optics. Make sure all your optics, none of the mounts are loose. If they are, that's a major do. But if you notice that they're tight, you don't have to put a wrench on anything and crank down on it. You should be fine that way. But just kind of do an inspection of it, because you'll never get the beam to come in alignment else you do that. Now, the other thing with it is when you're dealing with it, internal exhaust, make sure that you have yourself covered for that you're going to have a little bit of residual smell. So you may have to blow a fan in front of the unit. Now, this is a picture of the mirror. This is actually mirror number 2. And if you notice right here, you have these locking nuts. These locking nuts lock in place. This knob here is the adjustment point, and we'll get into that later. I just want to point it out. And then, of course, this is a picture of the tube to the calming lens. The combining lens here, I'm sorry, I said combining lens, it marries a red diode light that you see here to the invisible laser beam before it hits mirror number 1. That way we can see where we're going. So once you burn the dot, if you see the little red light is over to one side, there's adjustment points behind here you can't see to adjust the red light to the dot. You don't adjust the dot to the light, you adjust the light to the dot. All right, thanks.